Hi, this is Dan Sultan, and you're watching the AU Review.
Congratulations on your album release. It's we've been waiting a little while for it, as I'm sure have you.
Yeah, it's been a little while. It's been very busy in the meantime. There's been a lot of touring and a lot of other things, you know, Black Armband, and did a film in the meantime, and so I haven't been sitting on my hands, but yeah, I wasn't really writing for a long time, so I found that once I was ready to start doing that again, then it's all happened pretty quickly, you know.
You certainly haven't really stopped, from our perspective at least. I mean, at what point were you able to go, okay, now I can sit down and write? You know, were you able to allocate a set time, or did you have to fit it in with other things?
You know, it was just a matter of making that decision and just feeling ready and feeling confident to do it. You know, I wasn't feeling that confident for a while, and for various reasons, and you know, I kind of made a few changes and took on a bit more control, and yeah, it's been great ever since. But I think about a year and a half ago, I started to really just knuckle down and focus on this. Yeah.
Where'd you end up recording and producing the record? At home?
In Nashville. Yeah, we went to Blackbird Studios. It's an amazing studio over there, and worked with a guy named Jakia King, great producer who's made everything from Tom Waits to the Kings of Leon and everything in between, Modest Mouse. And so, you know, we were fans of his and we wanted to work with him, so it was lucky for us that he, you know, primarily works out of Nashville and Blackbird Studios, you know.
So what do you think comes out of working with someone like that? You know, he obviously has a pedigree behind him of the people he's worked with. You kind of go in there knowing that. What does he bring to your music that maybe wouldn't have otherwise been there without him?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's definitely the biggest record I've made as far as sound is concerned, and as far as you know, production is concerned, you know. And so yeah, it's the sparkliest record, if that makes any sense. You know, there's a bit of razzle dazzle on it, and this is how I always envisioned and wanted my record to sound, like this. So it's affirming, you know, and it's
must feel like everything's come together for this one.
Yeah, and like I said, I had to sort a few things out, and once I was able to do that, then things have been a lot better. And
the record itself, I imagine it's named after the studio?
Yeah. Well, I had a few names, and some were better than others, and I was thinking about it a lot, and then I thought of, you know, a band like the Beatles, and also more recently Jake Bugg named his latest record after the studio that he went into. And so it's not the most original idea, I admit, but as soon as I thought about calling it Blackbird, it just seemed to make a lot of sense.
What can we expect from the record? I mean, you mentioned the razzle and dazzle aspect of it.
It's a very big sounding record. You know, it's a lot more rock and roll than my other records. There's still mellow bits in it. There's still ballads, you know, but those ballads are very lush, and you know, I just think it's a very full, big sound. You know. Did
you record with a band?
I did. I took Peter Marin, my drummer, and Josh Jones over to Nashville, and they were there. We were all there together, getting amongst it, and yeah, it was. You know, I think I would have had a good time, but I wouldn't have had such a good time if those guys weren't there. We looked after each other, and you know, we lived in the same house over there. We got up together, went to work together, came home, ate together. We were, you know, in the studio, in the car, and you know, we were. It was great, you know. It was like school camp, but making a record.
Actually doing what you wanted to be doing.
Yeah, that's right.